Hey everyone, this is Geocacher Tion Photobug. Welcome to another of my historical geocaching on the road shows. Today I am in Vero Beach, Florida, checking out some historical markers, and I found one that I thought you'd really like to see. Okay folks, we have now neared this historical marker in Vero Beach, Florida. I'm so excited. It is called Site of Fort Vinton. I sure didn't know there's any fort here in Vero Beach. Let's check it out. Site of Fort Vinton. A few miles southwest of this marker is the site of Fort Vinton. As white settlers moved into Florida, demands increased for the removal of the Seminole Indians to a western reservation. The Seminoles did not wish to leave, and in 1835, the conflict known as the Second Seminole War began. The 1838 to 1839 campaign of that war was planned with the major objective of driving the Indians away from the settled areas into the southern part of Florida. New posts were to be built where needed, and others, such as Fort Pierce, were to be reoccupied. Supply outposts were needed in field campaigns, and early in April 1839, such a post called Fort or Post Number 2 was constructed about 20 miles northwest of Fort Pierce. This fortification was abandoned by or before 1842 when hostilities ended. Early in 1850, when another concerted effort to force the remnants of the Seminoles to immigrate got underway, it was reactivated as Fort Vinton. The post was named for Captain John R. Vinton, who had served in the area during the earlier conflict and had died in the Mexican War. Fort Vinton, an outpost of Fort Capron at the Indian River Inlet, was soon abandoned in May 1850 and is not known to have played a role in the hostilities of the later 1850s. I think that's really, really neat. Cool to learn that history. Okay folks, I find myself now at the Vero Beach airport, and as I've been checking some things out, guess what I found? A historical marker! Check it out! It says U.S. Naval Station, Vero Beach in World War II. This is the site of the main hangar and control tower of the Vero Beach Naval Air Station that was commissioned on November 24, 1942 to provide Navy and Marine flight training base for over 2,700 men and 300 waifs and women Marines. The previously city-owned airport expanded from 100 acres to nearly 2,500 acres and contained self-supporting facilities for a population equal to the size of Vero Beach. The purpose of the Naval Air Station was constantly revised, from originally training dive bomber pilots to daytime pilots and ultimately to nighttime fighter pilots. Ingenuity of the maintenance crews was required to keep planes operational due to the shortage of repair parts. Almost 200 men received training on the Brewster SB-2A Buccaneer and 1,400 men on the Grumman F-4F Wildcat, F-6F Hellcat, and F-7F Tigercat. Although extensive safety procedures were established, records showed that over 100 lives were lost in flight training accidents. Training diminished after VJ Day on August 14, 1945. I believe that was Victory in Japan Day, but as of September 2, 1945, records showed 237,102 hours of flight time have been provided since the first flight in December 1942. The Vero Beach Naval Air Station was placed in caretaker status in June 1946 and needed back to the city. Wow, that's neat. I just think that's super, super awesome. And let me show you some other historical markers. First of all, there's two markers right here. They talk about the dedication of the Vero Beach Municipal Airport Terminal Building. And over here, there's some really cool things. It says U.S. Naval Air Station Buccaneers, Vero Beach, Florida. In memory of the air personnel of the U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps, and British Fleet Air Arm, who lost their lives while serving at the U.S. Naval Air Station, Vero Beach, Florida during World War II. That's all their names. Then it says, they shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor years condemn. At the going down of the sun in the morning, we will remember them. That's from Lawrence Binion. I think it's something he wrote called For the Fallen. Anyway, I think that's really, really cool to learn a very interesting history here at the Vero Beach Airport. And hey everybody, we have now driven a little ways from the Vero Beach Airport, and guess what we found here? A Vero Beach, historic Vero Beach train station. While this train station is no longer in service, it was used by the Florida East Coast Railroad. I believe it was built in the early 1900s, and many of the World War II soldiers who were departing on different missions and assignments left Vero Beach from this very depot. Anyway, there is like a ton of waymarks here, like there's waymarks in this category and that category and every other category, it seems. I think I'll be able to get 5 or 6 waymarks just with a few pictures right here, but I'm really excited about that. Let's see what else we can find out about this cool train depot. Here it is, the sign. It's a really cool sign. Let's see what this says. In memory of Henry T. and Sarah W. Gifford, founders of Vero, built the first house and planted the first orange grove in this vicinity in 1888. Wow, that's cool! You might be able to see on the sign in the very background. The home of the Indian River County Historical Society. And last year, my grandparents' family and I went inside. I'm not going to do that today, but it's a very nice, small little museum there. It's a lot of fun. Very train depot. And I think the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of the Interior. I think that's pretty cool. There is a waymark in the National Register of Historic Places category, and so I'm going to be able to claim that one too. But it's just a really fun and very neat depot. Here comes the train, folks. Railroad. Just like the one that used to run past here years ago. Wow, that was cool to see that train here at the train depot. Anyway, just want to let you know that I found there. Remember, there's a geocache here, so I fired up my GPS to look for that. Guess what? I found it's a really neat, easy hide. Well, it was hard, but I love the excellent digital hand. Made it very fast to find. I love that. Awesome cache at an incredible historical location. It's definitely a great cache, great location. Okay, folks, my dad and I now find ourselves just across the street from the Indian River County Library. And guess what we found? I bet you don't have to guess hard. Another historical marker. Here it talks about the city of Vero Beach. And because I know you probably don't want to hear all of it, I shall just try to summarize. Let's see. This area initially attracted fishermen, but main settlement did not occur until the 1880s. And during that time, the main problem was transportation. But that was solved because of the railroad construction. I assume primarily that of the depot that we just saw, the Florida East Coast Railroad. And in 1891, a post office, a guy named Henry Gifford, established a post office named Vero at his home, and Henry Gifford had settled in this area in 1888. And hold on, maybe I was wrong. When the depot was extended south to Lake Worth in 1894, a depot was built at Vero. So that's when the train depot and all such came into the Vero Beach area. And of course, the railroad brought in tourism and a growing interest in the area. And such as one of those interests was Indian River Farms Company, which bought up a bunch of the swampland and drained it and created some other things in that area which used to be a swamp area. And that Indian River Farms Company was established by Herman T. Zewich in 1909. I got something about that here. And let's see. In 1915, the club was founded, and that really signified that Vero was really becoming its own town. And that's let's see. A clubhouse located near this marker was built the next year on land donated by the Indian River Farms Company. And the planned drainage program was completed in 1917. And anyway, just really neat history. So I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, folks, well, I sure hope you enjoyed our adventures, my dad and I, touring all over Vero Beach, finding historical markers. We got to go to the site of old Fort Vinton and learned about Vero Beach's history in World War II as a naval air station, and also got to visit the Vero Beach's first train depot, and then also learned some more interesting things about Vero Beach history at the market near the library. But anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this video. I know I sure had a lot of fun filming it. Be sure to check out my other videos at my YouTube channel. That's www.youtube.com/TNPhotobug. And until next time, this is Geocacher TN Photobug signing out. I'm having a blast with the past.